Hello, hello, hello. What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? What's up, beautiful? Thank you for being here. Hello. Let's go ahead and play the intro and then let's get started with the video. I know I forgot to send out notifications in the group chat on Instagram. So let me go ahead and do that right now while the intro plays. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. You already know what to do. What's up, everybody? Believe it or not, I was scared to do this video. I don't want to say scared, maybe nervous to do it. There's a few things that I was kind of thinking about this whole situation. So for those of you who don't know, remember when all the drama was going on with Larry Reid and Bishop Bernard Jordan? Well, he wanted to get the people together and come up with this new way of doing blogging in the church and stuff like that, which, okay, that's fine. But what's in it for him? Talking about the bishop, right? What's in it for him? I can't help but to think that there's some kind of gain with this. I don't know if his heart is pure. That's just how I feel. The Holy Spirit is telling me that the heart is not pure. It's just telling me. It's telling me, y'all. But what's up, beautiful? I already said hi to you. What's up, Lee? How you doing? What's up, JH? Who else we got here? We got Jackie. Shout out to Jackie. I love seeing my members. What's up, Quita? What's up, BJC, Texas? Hello. What's up, Diamond? Nice to see you. Happy Friday, everybody. Yes, happy Friday. Okay. So like I was saying, I don't know if it's like pure in the heart. Is it night in America? Yes, it's nighttime. Shout out to everybody in Australia. Yeah, it's nighttime right now. It's 3 p.m. Saturday where you are. Wow. I got to come to Australia, because I'm in the process of getting my passport and stuff like that. So AT2 going to be traveling soon. So y'all going to see me everywhere. What's up, Joy? What's up, Rob? All right. So basically, Bishop Bernard Jordan got some of the church people together to do like this panel thing. It's not a weekend thing. I guess they met up Wednesday. So it was Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, which is today. It was like, and I watched some of it, right? It was like a therapy session. So basically what they were doing was this whole therapy session where they got to talk out their issues and stuff like that. Not go into detail, but like, for example, Jives and William McCray, we know that they don't really get along or whatnot, right? But they were able to come together and, hash out whatever issues they had. And now they seem cool, everything copacetic and everything. Also, it was like talking about different things that have gone on in the church and stuff like that. And like, hey, how's a better way you can say something without being like mean-spirited or evil, right? I don't have a problem with that at all. I do think that, yes, there's a lot of people who go in and they say things, and I don't think cussing is bad at all, but I can see how that would be an issue if you're talking to a whole church sector, right? I get it. I understand it. However, I don't understand if, we're supposed to or they're supposed to reimagine their whole content and do it differently, or, they got to be them, they got to be them. And maybe that was the dance that got them to where they are, being raw, being real. A lot of people like that. And it's almost like, I don't know if this is also supposed to be like a PR for pastors, preachers, bishops. And what I mean by that is, okay, say if you get a story and pastor so and so is cheating on their wife, then instead of you saying that he's a dog, he's a this, he's a that, oh, we're going to come together and hold hands and pray. You know, is that what it's supposed to be now? Or if the story is really bad, you just don't talk about it? Hold on, y'all. Somebody's ringing my doorbell. Hold on. What the hell is that? Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. Let me I'm gonna just pretend like I didn't hear the door. I don't know who that is, y'all. Listen, don't show up to people's house unannounced. Don't do it. Don't do that. And especially if I don't know who you are. And I wasn't like, I was able to see without going to the door and saying like, who is it? Hell no. Nah. No unexpected nope. Nope. We don't do that. Call. Listen, if you don't have my number, that means you're not supposed to be here, right? That's how I feel, right? If you didn't call and say, hey, I'm on my way, okay, yeah, you ain't supposed to be here. Okay. It's 8:29 right now. It's still, yeah, I'm on the West Coast, so I mean, no, 8 o'clock is too late unannounced. Listen, I ain't expecting nobody, and nobody else answered the door. Oh yeah, close. Not at home. I think what happened too, I left on the light too downstairs, so it makes it seem like somebody is, when you leave on the light or whatever. But yeah, that hell no, nah, nobody home. Sorry. No. Anyway, y'all, continuing. So again, so they're doing the panel or whatever, and they're talking about different stuff. There are different issues and things going on in the church. And again, it seems like, okay, they are trying to reimagine the way that they do blogging or talk about these different issues and stuff like that. But honestly, I don't think they need any kind of training or any kind of help. Like, the only thing that I can think of is if now he wants to be like their manager. That's what I'm thinking, and that's what I'm getting from this. Does Bishop Bernard Jordan want to be their manager, and he's going to help them and, upgrade my camera, upgrade my computer, upgrade my sound, upgrade this, my studio, If you're going to do that for me, shit, I want to be a part of the team. But if you're going to do that, then yeah, that's the way you support and help them, right? But if you're not going to do that, or if you're not doing that, then yeah, I don't understand what this is all about. It's not making any sense to me what this thing actually is. It just seems like this thing is like, I want to get back at Larry Reid. I want to get back at Larry, so I'm gonna do this whole panel and I'm gonna show him how it's really done, and I'm gonna take over his lane, and see what I mean? That's what it seems like. And then so like at the end of the day, don't put those content creators in the middle of whatever you and Larry got going on. Don't do that to them. Don't play them like that. And then let me just be honest about something. If you weren't able to listen, Larry Reid is one of the messiest bloggers ever to live on the face of the earth, right? That was your spiritual son or whatever you call it, or your mentee, right? If you weren't able to change him, how the F are you going to change anybody else, or even have the goal to tell other people what to do and what not to say? Because is Larry a changed man? No. So you expect something that you didn't expect out of Larry out of them? Or do you have a change of heart and you're like, okay, well, now I see what the problem is and I want to make sure that this doesn't happen again? That's what I really want to know. Like, how is this going to work to where it's not going to be another Larry Reid situation? It's not going to be another mess. Because it literally seems like this is just a revenge to get back at Larry. So I was watching Mad Church Disease, shout out to Marcellus, right? And he was talking about the situation and he had Juice come up. Well, I didn't know that he also asked Juice to be there too, but Juice said no. She had some other, well, not no, she had some other stuff. She couldn't take the time and go down there or whatever, right? Now, here's my thing. Now, if you guys have ever watched the Juice Radio talk show, the way that she does church news is way different. It's not salacious, it's not slanderous. She even prays at the end of the show. What's going to happen, or what Bishop Jordan wanted done, he was going to take Juice as the model and take her shit and then apply it to them. And, granted, there won't be any need for Juice because they doing the same thing and they doing it the same way that you do it. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. If anything, I think Juice should ask for 20,000 up front. 20,000 and I'll work with you. Other than that, no. But I feel like he wants to take that model that Juice does and then apply that to everybody and everyone. And see, I be thinking about things. See, if you look at the way that Juice does it, this is kind of like the model that he wants, except it seems almost like, oh, when a story comes out, we're going to be the ones to cover it, but we're going to do it in a way that, it's not, we don't get down in the gutter with it. We more or less try to cover that. That's what it's looking like to me. We cover for this person, we cover for this person. That's what it's looking like to me. No, I don't think he was invited. No, I don't think he was. I just know that part about Juice because she said it. She said it publicly. So, yeah, that's it. And I didn't even know about it. So, yeah, that's the only way that I knew about that. But I don't know if anybody else was invited and didn't go. Yeah, I don't know. Marcellus said he was invited to something else, not that, but something way different. So with Marcellus, yeah, it's a totally different situation. So I am learning. I mind my business. Oh, and also too, they've been talking about this joke. I guess they went to this restaurant and all they ate was potatoes. So I was watching Uncle Tim, right? And he said something like, yeah, all I seen on their plate was a whole bunch of potatoes. All he feeding them is potatoes. And then I watched Marcellus. He was like, yeah, they had a potato dinner. I was like, damn, they did all of that and all they was eating was potatoes. But I ain't gonna play y'all because I love having like a baked potato like for dinner or something like that. Like, one of those rustic potatoes, and then you put the sour cream, the butter, and everything like that on it. A loaded potato. Now, if it's a loaded potato, okay, yeah, I'll take that. But you know, all that starch, I don't know. I guess they was happy. Hey, listen, they was just happy to be there. You know, And the other thing that I was nervous or scared to talk about it is because I don't want to come off as a hater because the church sector isn't like my sector. I just like talking about it and dragging them. But I don't want to hinder or hurt their money. Listen, if Bishop Bernard Jordan was able to get Larry $33 million, taught him some teachings and got him $33 million, then I want, King Jives, St. James, Sean Talks, William McCray, I want them to get $30 million too. That's why I was all like, okay, I know they're gonna take this video and then think that I'm hating or something like that. So I was all like, I don't want to say anything, but I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm gonna be honest, like that's what I kind of think. Like, if Larry was able to profit off of it, then hell, why can't they profit off of it? I would never try to discourage them or tell them like, oh, don't do it, don't do this, don't do that. No, do it. Do it. Now be cautious, but do it. Make your money. It isn't one of my famous quotes, lie and get the bag, that y'all like to y'all actually misquote me because that's not what I said, but I just let y'all run with it now. I'll be all like, you know what? I don't even care that y'all say it wrong. I'll let y'all lie and get the bag. It is. I still got to make those shirts too. Lie and get the bag. But again, I don't want to come off like, oh, I don't want them to be successful or I don't want them to get what's owed to them. So that's why I was all like, I don't really want to say nothing. I kind of just keep it, to myself, So, but again, I had some thoughts and opinions about it. So that's why I wanted to share. So yeah, let her exactly. Larry modeled his begging after Bishop Jordan. Let's see if the new vloggers follow suit. And they mentioned something too. I forgot which one it was, but they're all like, yeah, now, I can see that because of the way I did my content, people probably didn't want to give, but now I learned from you, Bishop Jordan, and now they'll probably be willing to give money if I change the way that I do it. And they always say sow a seed. And I know the guys, well, at least St. James gave 200. I think the other ones gave 100, but they sowed a seed into Bishop Bernard Jordan. I was like, here we go. I knew I knew it's gonna come down to something about some money. Like whenever that happened, like I was like, oh, here we go. It's gonna be something about some money. Watch. And it was, but I understand. Like it was more like, all right, we got it. This is our way of paying you back for giving us this opportunity. So I was like, all right. But man, it's just all like it just had to be something like, yeah, if you give this so a seed, oh Lord, here we go. Here we go again. Now I didn't see because I didn't see the whole thing. I don't know if they started prophesizing over people. I don't know if they did that, but oh. Let me get out of here before I say too much. Is this a pyramid scheme? People have questions, you know? Shout out to the V t-shirt. Thank you. Thank you, Natasha. I appreciate that. You know, I don't know if they're going to sell a product, Jackie. That's a good question. Yeah. I knew at the end of it was going to be something like, yeah, if you just give money and then, because here's my thing. If I flew out and all that stuff to be there, why do I have to give you anything? Like, hell no. I should be paid, if anything, because I flew out and got your shit popping. So why would I? Okay, I'm gonna really go, y'all. I'm gonna really go. But I just want to get my thoughts and opinions. Again, shout out to my fellow content creators. Make your money, but don't let that money make you. That is a Ronnie Ho quote from the Players Club. I love y'all. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. We out.